Welcome to Mr. Nelson's YouTube video. What we've got tonight is on your homework. You need to be able to change a fraction to a mixed number. So an improper fraction to a mixed number. So we're going to look at that first, and then we're going to go over what we did in class today as well. Alright, so right here we have 13 over 3, or 13 thirds. Alright, we can see that the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Okay? So if the numerator is bigger than the denominator, that means I have a couple of holes in there, right? What that means is I have that part on top is bigger than my hole on the bottom. Okay, remember we've got part over whole. Okay, so how many parts do I have? I've got 13 parts, but a whole is 3. So we need to find out how many times 3 can go into 13. Well, I know that 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, and 3 times 5 is 15. Well, we have to do it to the number that doesn't go over our numerator part. Well, the one that doesn't go over is 4. So we said 3 times 4 was 12, right? So we've got that numerator that's got 13, and the 4 parts were 12, right? So I have to subtract the numerator by 12, those 4 parts, or those 4 holes, to make my mixed number. So we've got 4, and we subtract 13 and 12, and that gives us 1. So this becomes the mixed number of 4 1/3. Okay? So you take that numerator and you subtract whatever your holes were in thirds. So we saw that it was 3 times 4 gives us 12. So we subtract that from our parts because that's how many holes we had. Alright, the other thing we did today in class was adding and subtracting decimals. And these are our 4 steps. Line up your decimal, put in any placeholders you need, solve, and bring the decimal down. So let's look at an example. So we've got 3 and 89 thousandths and 4 and 2 tenths. So first we write it with our decimals lined up. 3, 0, 8, 9. And we have the addition. I lined my decimals up. I'm going to put some placeholders in. 0 plus 9 is 9. 0 plus 8 is 8. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 4 is 7. So that right there, we brought down our decimals straight down. Okay? And that is adding and subtracting decimals. You use the same steps for. Shout out to, in my first and second period, we are going to shout out to Autumn and Angel. Your group did great today, and I appreciate the hard work you guys put in. I would also like to shout out to, in my 5th and 6th period class, shout out to Layla and Jordan. Layla and Jordan. I'd like to shout out to them. And in my 7th and 8th period class, I would like to shout out to Luis and Armani and DJ, because their group was working pretty well together, and I appreciate the hard work that they put in. Thank you guys for everything. I hope you guys learned a little bit today and are able and very well prepared for tomorrow.